Everyone. So today I am here with a project named AI Data Parser. So it's a project. It gives us structured output from our data. The data can be text data or image data. It can be in a single, for example, it can be a single text or a single image, or it can be a bulk text or bulk images. So I will demonstrate it. I will give you a execution example as well. So let's first talk about this text, how it will go through this text data. Let's suppose I give it a simple text, tell me about China. So it's just a simple text. It can be anything. So and then it can be a bulk text. I will show you a bulk text. It may be in a CSV file or it can be in a text TXT file. So that's why I give it a or get here. It can be anything. It can be a single text or bulk text. Then here we have to define features. What type of features we want to extract from this text. Let's suppose, let's see, the name indicate the name of the country here. So it's China. So it will be China, and then capital. So it will give us the capital of China. What's the capital of China? And then states. How much states China have? And then languages. So it's a simple example. Then we will define these features, which features we want to extract, and then it will give us an output like this. And it will give us output representation like this. Here you see its input is this, and the name is China, capital Beijing, and then languages, and then states. So this is for text, and let's talk about the image data. So if we have an image, like it's a single image or it can be bulk images, then we have to define features as we define in for text data. So here we define like a name. What is the name of a name? And then what is which species of animal it is, and then the age, and then the colors. Okay. So I use for this image. So here you see it. This image contains three dogs. So here you see animal. It's a dog, and from this particular image, and then names, and then the age of their dogs, and then the colors of their dogs. Okay, if you see, and then this is just a simple demonstration I want to show. And now let's move to the uh, coding part. Okay, so how I code it? Actually, it's a CLI base. It's totally a CLI base. Uh, let's move to here first. So it's totally CLI base. I like here you see I run it with Python, CLI Py, and then I use a keyword like text. It's a simple text. Here in this project we are using four keywords. The first one is text, and then in text we pass a text. Like here I pass this a paragraph sort of thing, and then it is about Amazon rainforest, and then I pass a keyword like display. It is in table form or JSON form. So I want to display it in a table form, and then export in a JSON format as well. So then it will ask for me about the fields I want to select, or features I want to give it. So the name. So what's the name? It could be what is it? It's a string. So uh, I choose a string, and then it's an optional field. No, it's not optional field. And then a nickname. What's the nickname of for it? It's again a string, and then location. So I also ask for the location, and then a states. What are the key states? And then so I mention a list for it. It may be more than one. So a list of strings, and then wildlife. So it again it has it can be a list of strings, because wildlife there may be more than one. And then threads. What can be the threads for it? So here you see, and for this particular example it is extracting from this specific example. Okay, this text. Okay, so here it will give us this particular extracted data. Here you see it's the input. So it's a single input, and then the name is Amazon rainforest, the nickname for it the jungle of the earth, and then the language location, sorry, and then the key states we have. and then the wildlife, like there you see, and then threads. What are the threads? The deforestation, climate change. Okay. Then there is a other example telling me about Pakistan. So I just give it a name, capital, state. It's a simple example. It can be used for a diverse sort of examples or problems. We can use it to extract a structured output from our data. Okay, the main thing is to extract from structured output from our data. It can be data, can be an image or text. Okay, it can be bulk, it can be in bulk, or it can be in like this as simple data. It can be in bulk like this, like for example it is a CSV file, so it can be in bulk like I asked for these five uh, examples or entities. It can be in hundreds, no worries. And then like these are multiple images, so it can be in bulk. Okay. Now going to the coding stuff here, if you see it's a CLI base, so here's the implementation of it. We have four main keywords, if you can see here, and basically this is totally based on two models from Ollama. It's Ollama based, so uh, we are using Llama 3.23 billion for text, and then Llama 3.2 11 billion for vision models, and it's it is running on Ollama or localhost. So here it's a main function. There's some parsers like text for single text, and then image for single image, and then for bulk text and bulk images. And there is another advanced parser like display. It can be displayed in a JSON or a table form, or none for it will not display it. And then for export, it can be JSON or CSV or none. By default, it's none, and by default, it's JSON. So after that, if you see uh, here is all the stuff we are doing, and it is calling this specific function in SRS, this extractor function. In this extractor function, as I told you, we are using the Ollama. So and then we are using the pydantic, especially for this structured output. So here these two are the main packages we are using, and here you see this we have a class of dynamic extractor, and then here we are hosting it. The Ollama is hosting on a specific URL. We can change it from the .env file, and then the model we are using 3.2 Llama 3.2 3 billion for now. As I mentioned it, by default it's 3 point Llama 3, but we can use Llama 3.2. And then for vision model we are using 3.2 vision model, and then uh, these are the environment variables. And then we are initiated the client, and here's some dynamics. Function for the getting dynamic model. So this is the main function uh, which is used for this dynamic fields we are selecting. While here, if you see, we are selecting for the dynamic. It can be used for diverse sort of examples. And then here if you see extract structured data, so this function will extract the structured data or structure output from our input text or images. So basically we are using the pydantic class here, which the main which is the main thing in this specific for this dynamic output. And then uh, here we are using the format, which is a JSON schema, which also plays an important role for this structured output. And then for the process images, we are using this like we are used for the this text data. We similar use for the we are process the images similar, but we have change model, and then the message format, and the other stuff is the same. And then we have also the JSON schema for it. And then for the we have a function for bulk text and bulk images, and then we have the function for display results, and then export results. So these are some functions we are using in this program. And then this specific file is called in this CLI. So this CLI.py we'll in future we'll be making a GUI for it as well. Here all that functions are called in this in specific places. Like if we are calling for simple text, so it will call this text process function, and then it will give us in a response it will give us the results. And then for images it will call this process images function, and then for bulk text and for bulk similar for bulk text and bulk images. And then to display it, here is a function, it will call the display function. And then for export it will call the export results. So let's go through a simple example. Let's suppose from the bulk text I have to get, for example, I get this specific tell me about China, and then I came here. I just let's suppose I'm running for this this Python CLI dash dash text, and then here I paste my text, and then display results. Display it's in a table format, and then it will give me table like this. If I select JSON, let's suppose for this I am just selecting JSON, okay. And then we have one other parameter like export. We can export it as well. So let's enter it. Now I have to select fields, which type of fields I want to extract from this specific sentence. Like this is just a short sentence, but the LLM know in what context uh, uh, we are you are questioning. Like in the context of China, it would like I give it a field like name. It can be a string, and then I give it what is the capital of this country. So I give it a capital, and it's also a string. It's not an optional field. And this I give one more thing like what are the what languages, like, and it can be a list of strings. So I select four. And let's suppose I just ask one more thing like these states. Now see what we did here. We when we ask for states, and we provide the states as an int, so it gives states as a int, which is 23. Like now this time I am selecting uh, the states as a list of strings. So it will give us names for that specific uh, for that all states. And then it's saying I will say it's not an optional, and then just run it. So it will call that specific model, in this case Llama 3.2 3 billion, and then it will call for the then it will just give it a the specific output from that our model. And then like is the input, as we mentioned, the our display will be in JSON format, so it gives us a nice JSON format display. And then it's the input. In response we got the name, which is China, the capital is Beijing, and then languages here you see, and then the states here you see. So it's give us some limited states. It may be due to the model context window sort of thing, and but we can increase it by changing the model and some temperature stuff as well, and token size, token maximum tokens. So it's working like now. Let's test for this specific image data as well. So for the image, we asked like what is the name of this animal. It's a string. Or what is the which specific animal it is, and the like what is the age of this animal. It should be int. And then I asked let me give it one more field. Like let's leave it like we have just three fields for now. Then enter. So it will call the vision model, and then it gives us this output here. If you see, the name for the animal is dog. Yeah, in the image all these three are dog. I will show you the image as well. So here, if the image is, if this image there are these three dogs, and then uh, it gives us some age for all these dogs, it from image 2, and then names for these dogs. Okay, now the main thing is this project is the dynamic feature dynamic feature initialization or selection. So here we can give us the main thing in this project is we can work with images and text. It can be a single image or single text, or it can be multiple images and multiple text. The next thing is next main thing is the dynamic uh, dynamic the dynamic fields initialization, or we can say the dynamic uh, model initialization sort of thing, like which features we want to extract. So in this case, we can give a lot of features which we want to extract. And this we can use it in multiple scenarios for extracting, like the features of our interest from the text, from the given text. So it can be used for many multiple places for data parsing. So that's all for this project. Let me show you some examples. Uh, okay, this like I mean these samples. So in these samples, let me go to, okay. The thing which I did for the like export thing. So here we can export in a JSON format. Here you see, uh, in JSON format, it will give it in this form, sort of like I did it for the text data as I showed you before. So it's simple. The input here, in response we got some of these uh, features, and then it is for one. So if we are talking for a bulk, so it will give us in bulk as well. Okay, so we can use it in multiple in our use cases where we want like model fine tuning sort of thing, or any other specific use cases for that it as well. So the feature development in this project will be the GUI stuff. We'll be using the GUI part for it, creating a GUI part for it. So for now, it's all for this project. Thank you so much. Hope you like it.